Yep. Call our meeting to order. If you join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hello, everybody. Good evening. I'd like to call the meeting to order. The board is meeting tonight for the purpose of reorganization under the school laws of Pennsylvania as amended. Is anyone recording the meeting for the public? Thank you, gentlemen. Roll call, Mr. Scoboria.
Yes. Mr. Hershey?
Here.
Mrs. Harenza?
Yeah, here.
Mrs. Kuhn?
Here.
Mrs. Phillips?
Here.
And Mrs. Taylor?
Here. All right, welcome to our visitors who will soon not be visitors but be members. And welcome to those of you who have come to support somebody who's getting sworn in today as a school board member. Our upcoming meeting dates, the list of the 2024 board meeting dates are going to be published upon approval. We'll actually be approving those later today. We'll move on to the board reorganization with the appointment of a president pro tem. May I have a nomination for temporary president for the purpose of reorganization?
I nominate Richard Kuhn as temporary president.
Thank you. May I have a motion and a second to close the nominations?
So moved.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Oh, who was the second?
Terry's motion.
Okay, thank you. It was kind of weird it said motion and second. No. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Mr. Scoboria, may I have roll call to approve Rachel as president pro tem?
Mrs. Harenza?
Yes.
Mr. Hershey?
Yes.
Mrs. Kuhn?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Motion is approved 5-0.
Tempted to use the gavel.
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. I will read the certificates of election. I'm going to read all of the names and then I'll come up there and I'll swear you in one by one. So I'll call your names again once we get up there. But I want to have all 6 names read on record. Kathryn Harenza, David Hershey, Kacie Rodriguez, Eric Schippers, Jacqueline Torres, Gina Zabinski. Okay, we'll now do both. Kate, I think you're first. So put your right hand on the Bible. And you raise your right hand. And you repeat after me. I, Kathryn Harenza,
I, Kathryn Harenza,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
Congratulations. So you will sign. Okay, and then I sign. Okay. Congratulations. David Hershey. Right hand on the Bible, left hand up, and you'll just repeat after me. I, David Hershey,
I, David Hershey,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
We'll sign there. Congratulations. Kacie Rodriguez. So right hand on the Bible, left hand raised, and you'll just repeat after me. I, Kacie Rodriguez,
I, Kacie Rodriguez,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
So we'll sign that one. Congratulations and welcome. Oh, yes, you get to come up now. Come on down. All right, Eric Schippers. Right hand on the Bible, left hand up. I, Eric Schippers,
I, Eric Schippers,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
Congratulations. And come on up. Jacqueline Torres. Left hand up. I, Jacqueline Torres,
I, Jacqueline Torres,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
Cheers. Congratulations and welcome. You can come on up. And last but not least, Gina. I, Gina Zabinski,
I, Gina Zabinski,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
Certificate. Congratulations and
Thank you.
welcome.
Maybe we could do a round of applause for all of our elected members.
Thank you.
Okay, we will now move on to the nomination and election of a board president. May I have a nomination of a board member for the office of president?
I nominate Kate Harenza.
May I have a motion to close the nominations? A second?
Second.
All those in favor of Kate Harenza for board member for office of president, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, motion carries. Mr. Scoboria, may I have roll call to approve Kate Harenza as president for the coming year?
Mrs. Harenza.
Yes.
Mr. Hershey.
Yes.
Mrs. Kuhn.
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips.
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Mr. Schippers.
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor.
Yes.
Ms. Torres.
Yes.
And Ms. Zabinski.
Yes.
Motion passes 9-0.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for your vote. And I'm really delighted to see all of your new faces around the table. Maybe this isn't the right place, but I want to thank all of you for your willingness to serve. I think that you already know we have a great school district, but I think you're going to find this really fun and really rewarding. And what makes it that way is that your fellow board members are like-minded people, willing and interested in serving their community and our students. And you'll also quickly learn that we have a fantastic administration that will be supporting us on our journey together. So thank you for being here. May I have a motion to nominate, may I have a nomination of a board member for the office of vice president?
I nominate Terrie Taylor.
May I have a motion to close the nominations? A second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Mr. Scoboria, may I have roll call to approve Terrie Taylor as vice president for the coming year?
Mrs. Harenza.
Yes.
Mr. Hershey.
Yes.
Mrs. Kuhn.
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips.
Yes.
Ms. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Mr. Schippers.
Yes.
Mrs. Taylor.
Sure.
Ms. Torres.
Yes.
And Ms. Zabinski.
Yes.
Motion passes 9-0.
Thank you. We'll move on to committee representatives and liaison appointments. We're going to make a general motion to approve committee representatives. I'm going to read a list of the folks who are serving as committee representatives, and then we'll vote on them as a block. So it will be Jacqueline Torres to serve as the JOC representative to the Berks County Career and Technology Board for a 3-year term effective December 5th, 2023 to December 31, 2026. Kacie Rodriguez to serve as the JOC alternate representative to the Berks County Career and Technology Board for a 3-year term effective December 5th, 2023 to December 31, 2026. David Hershey to serve as the board representative to the Berks County Intermediate Unit effective December 5th, 2023 to June 30, 2026 to fill the unexpired term. Mark Boyer to serve as representative and Rachel Kuhn as alternate to the Berks Earned Income Tax Bureau for a 1-year term. David Hershey to serve as PSBA Legislative Liaison for a 1-year term. Gina Zabinski to serve as WAIF Board Representative for a 1-year term. Melissa Phillips to serve as PTA Liaison for a 1-year term. Eric Schippers to serve as Board Treasurer effective December 5th, 2023 to June 30, 2024 to fill the unexpired term. Melissa Phillips to serve as Assistant Board Secretary from December 5th, 2023 to June 30, 2025 to fill the unexpired term. And just for those of you who don't know, Mark Boyer is our business manager. He is amazing. You will spend lots of time with him. He is usually always in the seat, but he's not here tonight. And so he also serves as the board secretary. So that's who else we're nominating on this list. So do I have a motion to appoint all those folks as representatives and liaisons?
So moved.
Thank you. A second? Second. Any discussion?
I'm sorry, because this meeting was rescheduled, the date of the start of the term might need to change to tomorrow's date.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, would Terrie and Mrs. Teller and Mrs. Phillips, would you agree to that friendly amendment that we will adjust the dates to reflect tonight's meeting?
Sure.
Would that be okay?
Any other discussion? And we can do this by voice vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Just one note, so for the BCTC, the BCIU, and WAVE, my office will send an official notice tomorrow with your district email so that they can send you the meeting schedule and get you on board with what's coming up. So we'll take care of that tomorrow to kind of get you officially in that group, and then you'll get the information you need to serve in that position as well.
Then we'll move on to committee liaisons, to the approval of committee liaisons and the board meeting dates. These items were in your packet. You members didn't get a packet yet, but you have seen this that I have forwarded to you by email that was the proposal of the other liaison and committee representative positions. So that would be, we did BCTC, we did BCIU, that, did we do the EIT rep? Yeah. Oh, it's just this group up top. All right, so it would be Rachel Kuhn as Curriculum and Technology Liaison, Facilities Liaison, Melissa Phillips, Finance Liaison, Eric Schippers, and Personnel and Policy Liaisons, Terrie Taylor. So those liaisons are members of the board that serve as a liaison with different members of the administrative team, and their job is really to collaborate with those members of the administrative team in those particular areas of subject matter, and then bring those reports back to the board on a monthly basis and sort of serve as a go-between, and also bring concerns of the board or the community to those administration people. And you'll see that occurring monthly as we get going. So may I have a motion to approve those committee liaisons?
So moved.
In a second?
Second?
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Two things procedurally I should just let you know. So you will see that sometimes we pass motions by voice vote. Those are sort of like the less important, less official ones, so we'll just do it by voice vote. I and nay, like we just did. And then other ones that require a legal vote where we're tallied, we call that roll call, and you will have seen us do that a few times. And then it's usually Mr. Boyer who will then be a roll call, and you just say yes or no. The other thing is, in between each motion, if I'm remembering to do it correctly, there should always be an opportunity for discussion. I really want to encourage all of you, especially your new folks, to not be ashamed or feel embarrassed to say, what's going on here? I don't really get this. Can somebody explain it? Discussion is a really good opportunity to ask those kinds of questions. There are no silly questions. All of us who started asked questions all the time. And like that's what we expect, and that's fine. So don't hesitate to do that. Before we adjourn, Mr. Scoboria, do you want to introduce to these folks the other people in the room in case they didn't?
Yeah, sure. So I think most everyone met on the way in Dr. Woodard. So Dr. Woodard is basically our assistant superintendent and coordinates everything that has to do with curriculum, instruction, assessment, and a number of other kind of duties and tasks that are along that way. So I believe this is year 6
Yes.
for Dr. Woodard. Certainly a kind of a extensive experience before here, but has been 6 years in the position here. So I think everyone met Dr. Woodard. I think you met also Mr. Arntz. So Mr. Arntz is our guru and expert in everything technology. So he's our lead administrator in technology support. And he's a key support for our board members as well. So he'll work with Sherry in my office but you also work with Scott to make sure you're getting all the information you need, you're getting access. If you're having any problems or difficulties, either Sherry or Scott would be the person that would assist you. So you'll get to know Scott well. Scott, you're gonna have to forgive me, I believe in the district, position 10, 11 years? 10 years in this position, certainly extensive experience before that. And the neat part about Scott's career is he was a teacher as well. And a lot of folks that are lead administrators in technology anymore are not teachers, just because the demands and the training demands are so high. But Scott was a teacher, so that really helps with his ability to share what he knows in a way to help people like me learn. So I think you'll get to spend a lot of time with him.
And you also serve on your own school board, don't you, Mr. Arn, still, or are you
No
finished with
longer.
that term? Well, you did for quite a while.
Terms.
So he knows what it's like to be a board member.
And then you can see Scott's right-hand man, literally to his right, is Alex Gabrowek. And Alex has been with us now, Alex, 3 years, 4 years?
Yep. Yeah, this is my 3rd year.
Okay, and Alex is kind of been growing quickly in terms of his ability to learn different areas of the technology department. So you'll see him in the buildings, he's working with teachers, he's supporting administrators, he's kind of all over the district helping everyone. And I don't mean to embarrass him, but he also, in the last 2 weeks, is now married. So there's some news for Alex and his family. So we have a great tech team, and you'll meet others in the technology team as well, but they're here to support you. As board members, you're part of the team, and don't hesitate if you're having any trouble. We put items on Google. Some people use a lot of Google, some don't. We'll kind of work through that with you. There's other ways to access if you're not really familiar with Google, but Mr. Arntz will get you all set up, including a little bit of starting tonight, just to make sure your email works and things. And just to echo what Mrs. Harenza said, we're also here as an administrative team to support you. So ever prior to a meeting, if you have a question or the materials come out, don't hesitate to reach out to any of us and say, hey, what is this? Or I have a question, or I heard this, let's say in the community, and I'd like you to be aware of it. So that's what we're here for as well. So kind of use all of us around the table to support you as you're, getting this new information, and then ultimately at times, maybe voting on something. So we're here to support you as well.
And those of you who brought some loved ones with you, do you want to introduce us to them? Because they're really important too. So, Jacqueline, do you want to tell us who you brought along?
I brought my daughter Isabella. She's a 9th grader.
Hi, Isabella. And Dave.
This is my wife, Emily. Junia is in 7th grade, and Eli is in 4th grade.
Great. And we thank you guys for agreeing to cook dinner for your families every other Monday. When you're not here. That's really nice. So, all right, anybody else have anything? Oh, so if you didn't get it, you'll hear more about our next meeting is January 8th. That's what you just approved, so. If anybody else have anything for the good of the order? Please do not leave, board members, before you have visited that manila folder that is sitting with Mrs. Kuhn. So then, do I have a motion to adjourn? A second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried.